Hey guys, I'm Wayne, people just call me Barker, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm reviewing another X-Shot blaster that has recently hit the shops. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this X-Shot Chaos Orbit. And last week I looked at the X-Shot Chaos Meteor that was direct challenge to the Nerf rival Kronos. This one, I would say it's a direct challenge, okay, because but it is a very similar looking blaster to the Nerf rival Atlas. I managed to find this at a Black Friday sale a couple of weeks ago. You can see it is already marked down. But let's look at it on the table. Let's look at it more in detail. What is this blaster about? What is the features we get from it? And is it actually worth getting? Okay, and here we are. So if we now look at this X-Shot Chaos Orbit, you will, as I already mentioned, it looks a lot like the Nerf rival Atlas, and that was a shotgun. Okay, but let's just get this blaster out and see exactly what we have here. So as always, the Zuru blasters are connected with these pins, and you can just take the blaster and just pull it out with a bit of luck. But stuck, this one. Yeah, unfortunately some of the pins came along with it. Alright, but normally it's quite easy to take it out. This one was a bit more tricky. Even now with it out of the box, I'm struggling to get it. Okay, I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've got it out of the box. This one was a challenge, I'll admit it. Not as easy as it was with the previous Meteor that I opened. Let's just quickly look at the box and see what we have here. So we've got a blaster that hits 100 feet per second. Okay, that is very good performance. Okay, then we've got that it says it's compatible. What does that mean? Compatible means that it's compatible with the rival ammo and with the Dodson Pro ammo as well. So here you've got a blaster that can take ammo from different brands, which is a good thing if you think about it. Alright, then how many balls did we get here? Let's just quickly say, do they say anywhere? 24. So we get 24 balls with this blaster, and as far as I'm aware, let's just check on the back. Check on the back. As far as I'm aware, you can put 14 in here, so they give you 10 extra. That is pretty cool. Where Nerf is usually really stingy and not wanting to give you extra ammo, Zuru says, don't worry, we will give you extra ammo. You don't have to worry about just shooting a blaster once and then having to pick the ammo up to play again. So that's pretty cool. Thank you very much for that, Zuru. I wish a lot of companies would take the same view as what you've got. Looking at the blaster, you can see that it's got decals. I'm looking at the box now. You can see decals on one side. If you look at the actual blaster, you will see it is not present on the blaster. So it's only on the box, but we'll get to that soon. So you will see that it loads from the back. It loads through the stock part. So you see that. It's very similar to the Meteor, where you've got this loading mechanism. See that? Okay. This is cool. It can be used by left and right-handed people. What else is there? Okay, it is a pump action. Oh, and you see it then featuring the Meteor here as well. I think the Meteor is going to be the biggest success, but I can already see the Orbit is going to be the one that's going to be used in wars the most. Okay, so I think they'll sell a lot of the Meteors to a lot of people, but the Orbit is the one that you're going to see everywhere. Okay, so back to the box. Alright, we'll get to the blaster soon. Okay, let's just open everything up. Okay, so in the box you get a set of stickers and you get the manual. Okay, now I normally don't spend a lot of time on the manual itself because usually it's kind of very simple to explain what is going on. You don't really need help, but for those that need to, there is a manual if you really want to go and read it. So I mentioned earlier that there's only markings on the one side of the blaster, like over here, but Zuru provides you a way to get markings on the other side, so they're not stingy at all, and they are thinking ahead. Some of our users might want to paint their blasters and do some modifications on this, and now if you did that, you will not have any decals. But now Zuru has provided you with the solution. You can now paint your blaster and add decals to it afterwards, which is very, very cool. Okay, so looking at the blaster itself, it's got a jam door on over here. There's a jam door, so if a jam ever happens, it doesn't usually happen in the beginning of the blaster. It usually happens towards the end of its life, and when you use ammo that's seen many days. Okay, that is when you start to get jams, and that's when you start to use the jam door. Let's get some ammo so I can show you how to load this. Don't want to cut myself. Okay, so we've got a couple of balls here. So how it works, to load this, you have to pull this spring back like that. Okay, you'll notice that it brings the cylinder in. So you can now simply drop the ball in, and then you'll notice that it gets stuck. Give it a little bit of a push and it runs all the way in. When you're done loading, you press the buttons here, either one of them. Am I lying? There we go. Okay, so it appears you have to press them from the left. Interesting. Once you press the button, this mechanism pushes the balls into the loading area. So now, as I mentioned, this is a pump action. It's very similar to the Atlas, the rival Atlas, but the Atlas was a bit of a gimmick blaster. It shot 2 balls at the same time. This blaster has got none of that. It's a single ball per prime, okay? And that is what you want. You don't want to waste ammo. There's no point in shooting somebody twice. Okay, so, and let's prime. Okay, so if we now open the jam door, you'll notice you can't see the ball at all because it is primed. Oh, sorry. Because it is primed. Let's just fire quickly. This is a 100 FPS blaster, so it shoots very strong, and the balls, they ricochet. So I might end up shooting myself now, but let's just see. Okay, so it went all around the room, but dangerous. Okay, so let's just look here at this window again. Okay, so you can't see anything. Let's just prime the blaster. You should be able to see the ball right there. It's loaded, and as soon as I push forward, it's loaded now. Okay, cool. The blaster's got little mechanisms on it that is not covered in the manual. I'm not sure what this is, whether it's only for decoration. The Meteor had exactly the same, okay? But there is something that is new to the rival line, or the to X-Shot at least, and that is a safety. So just in front of the trigger, there's a little button. If you push forward, it locks the blaster. So although this blaster is primed, you can pull the trigger and it won't fire. Okay. The blaster also comes with a sight on the top. Let me see if I can show you what it looks like. I'm not sure if it's going to focus. We'll try. I'm not sure if that's working, but there you go. a pretty cool blaster. There's a bit of a rail here in front, but the way it is designed will not allow you to really attach anything to it, because most of the Nerf compatible attachments need to slide in, and that means there needs to be a little area in front where it's cut away so it can slide in. So you'll have to modify that if you wanted to use your Nerf attachments, but this is, at the moment, this is just for cool looking. The back of it has got a carbon fiber look and feel to it. The blaster is a bit short, but yet it's good enough. On this side we've got, again, I'm not sure what that is for. Let's just see if I fire. This is the charge. No, that's just a gimmick. It's not, you can't move it at all. Let's just quickly look at the rate of fire. So I'm just going to fire towards the wall. Hopefully I don't hit something or somebody. Okay, and here we go. So my hand slipped a bit there. So yeah, the grip is a bit, maybe it's just my sweaty hands. The grip is comfortable. The blaster is a bit short, but I don't think they can do anything about that. Okay, the next part of this review, what I want to do is I'm gonna look at the stats online between the Zuru X-Shot Chaos Orbit and the Nerf Rival Atlas. And I just want to compare them because they are very similar looking from a shelf perspective, okay? And the reason I said it's not really a direct challenge is because the Atlas is a very old blaster. It's from 2016, and this Chaos Orbit is from 2019. So it's not really a head-to-head, but you can see obviously where this blaster got its origins from. Okay, I think I covered everything. There's not much more. Let's get to it. Okay, so we're here in front of the computer right now. I am looking at the Nerf wiki, and we're going to compare the Atlas to the Orbit. Okay, so starting with the Atlas, it was created by a company called Hasbro. The brand is Nerf. Okay, we all know that. Then it's part of the Rival series and was released in 2016. And its shelf status is that it's currently still available. I really didn't know that. Okay. Its retail price when it came out was, I wonder if that's current, but the retail price is set here to $39.99. It shoots high impact rounds, which is just those rival balls, and it's got a stock capacity of 12, so it takes 12 balls in its magazine. Its internals is a direct plunger, okay, and its pump action and its mode of fire is multipliers, because for a single pump it shoots 2 balls. Right. It came in red and blue, and it's, let's just quickly look for the speed that it shot at. It was 80 FPS. Okay, so it shoots 80 feet per second. That is a bit slower than the new blaster. Then look at the Orbit, but obviously there is now a 3 years difference between the two, so obviously the one will be outperforming the other. Okay, so let's quickly have a look at the Zuru X-Shot Chaos Orbit. It's really a mouthful. They should shorten that name. Okay, so it's created by a company called Zuru. It's part of the X-Shot brand. The series is X-Shot Chaos. It is chaos because the balls just can bounce everywhere. It was released in 2019, like in a month or two ago, and it uses the Chaos round. So on the box they don't call it Chaos round, it's just called compatible, but now we know it's actually got an actual name. Its stock capacity is 14, so it's 2 more than the Atlas. And let's just look here. It's pump action and single fire. Right. The reason I'm comparing these two is because the shells are very, very identical. They're very close to one another, and I always believe that Zuru is really copying from Nerf. But for now, that's just my opinion. Okay. So that is the comparison between the two. Let's quickly look on Amazon. Okay, let's just create a new tab here. So the Amazon price for the Chaos Orbit is $39.99. There is a cheaper one for $34.98. Interesting, they say yes for 3 years and up. No, it's not. The box says it's 14 up. Okay, so you have to be a teenager at least. As I've mentioned before, these Chaos rounds shoot hard and they're much more accurate than the darts. Alright. I heard in a review earlier today of the same blaster that it was claimed that you can buy it on Amazon for $20. I've searched, there's nothing like that. The cheapest is $34.98. Let's just have a look here. I've not searched it prior to this, but let's just have a look. The Nerf Atlas. Let's see what they say about that. I must just learn to spell it correctly. Let's see, does Amazon still stock it? I mean, that wiki claimed that it was still on the shelves, but it is a 2016 blaster, so what is the chances of it still being on Amazon? No. Wait, here's one. Okay, it's still here. $39.99. So just opening it up. Obviously, while I am talking, the images should appear somewhere over here so you guys can follow it. Alright, so that concludes the review of this blaster. I think that this is a very cool blaster to have. My only gripe is the ammo on the ammo. The ammo is very bouncy. And I think it was done like this deliberately. It is soft, but with a dart, when you hit a person, the dart just drops and it's right there where you shot the guy. Okay, with the rival or top balls, it hits the person and it bounces, so it scatters all over the place. So making commitments to use this type of blaster, you must accept that you're gonna be buying lots of ammo because you're gonna lose a lot of ammo. It's not like a dart where the dart can easily be found again. So that's my only gripe, and that's the ammo type. The blasters on the other hand, it's awesome. So how I personally will use them is if I am at an event where I'm outside, I will go for darts. Okay, where if I'm at the event that is in a closed, let's say school hall or in, between buildings, and the area is it's a closed off area, then I will go for rival, and that is how I will play until I have more rival balls that I can afford to lose. In any case, guys, that concludes my review. If you like this, please subscribe to my channel and give me a like. Cheers.